Why, you guys? JD Vance just destroyed this news reporter. You gotta check this out.
Done touring the border. Vice President Harris has contended that you and President Trump, former President Trump, had tanked the bipartisan border deal that would have provided a lot more funding to support the border. What is your response to that?
Well, look, the bipartisan border deal was actually a massive giveaway to illegal immigrants. It would not have solved any of the problems that Kamala Harris has caused. I mean, they came into the administration, they promised from day one that they would suspend deportations, that they would reinstate catch and release, that they would end remain in Mexico. They implemented these policies, and it had the intended effect of opening up the southern border. What happened is that Kamala Harris, who was the border czar, decided that this was not good politically, and so they tried to implement some new law that actually wouldn't have solved the underlying problem. They have the tools necessary. They just need to empower Border Patrol to tell people who want to come in illegally, you're not allowed to do that. They just need to use the authority that the border czar Kamala Harris has.
I want to ask you about the
And the thing about Kamala Harris is she'll sit there and tell you one thing and go and do another thing. She'll distract you with this hand the whole entire time. She'll just keep distracting you with it. Then she'll just sucker punch you. And you wouldn't know she sucker punched you, and then she try to blame it on someone else. That's the type of person she is. Just like how boxers cover your face with the glove, then they hit you with the other hand. That's exactly what she does. She's a chameleon. And only thing she does, she just plays on people. She just plays on people that are just so innocent that if they just did a little inch of research, just a little inch of research, that they will see the truth about this dark woman. She's a chameleon. She's good at playing on black people, for example, or the Democrats. You can say just the Democrats. She's very good at playing on them. And she already showed you how low she thinks of you. Wants to bring the rapper on stage, the Megan Thee Stallion and Quavo. These people talk about killing people. Man, I don't want to get riled up, man. I'm getting riled up. Look, let's keep going. I don't
former
want to get
president's comments yesterday to the National Association of Black Journalists, where he said that Vice President Harris is, quote, all of a sudden black. As a father of 3 biracial children, did those comments give you pause at all?
They don't give me pause at all. Look, all he said is that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent.
I've literally just been saying this. She's a chameleon. I've been saying this in all my videos. You can go check it out. She's a chameleon. She's a walking chameleon.
She is everything to everybody, and she pretends to be somebody different depending on which audience she's in front of. I think it's totally reasonable for the president to call that out, and that's all he did. I mean, look, she's running as a tough-on-crime prosecutor, even though she implemented open border policies. She's saying that she wants to support the police, yet she wanted to defund the police just 3 years ago. It's totally reasonable to call out the fact that she pretends to be somebody different depending on the audience she's talking to.
You used that word chameleon yesterday as well. You're someone who was an unabashed critic of the former president previously. Now you're his running mate. You're someone who has text messages out there now that say, I hate the police. Now yesterday you said, I back the blue. By your own standard, are you a chameleon?
Look, I criticized Donald Trump 10 years ago, and we've talked about it, and I've made a good argument to the American people about why I think he was a great president and why I think he deserves re-election. That's different than going to Georgia 2 days ago and putting on a fake Southern accent when you were raised in Canada. So I think it's totally reasonable to change your mind. Has Kamala Harris stood for a tough debate with you and explained why she wanted to ban fracking and now she doesn't, or why she wanted to defund the police and now she doesn't, or why she wanted to open the border but now she doesn't? It's reasonable to change your mind. It's not reasonable to run and hide from the media and not answer the American.
So basically what she's trying to do is get votes here, but then get votes on both sides. So these people over here think, oh, she said she's gonna do it, then they don't do any more digging. She said she's gonna secure the border, then they don't do any more digging. Then she says she's gonna allow people in because, oh, we really care about those people coming in. But you don't know those people really coming in want your daughter, they want your job, they want your car, they want your house, they want everything you have. But oh, let them come in. Just because we're gonna let emotions overpower logic. Just let them come in. Just let them. Let's keep going, guys.
people's questions.
He was also asked yesterday if you were ready to be president on day one. He kind of dodged the question. What do you still have to do as his running mate to prove to him that you are ready to step into that role?
Well, I think Donald Trump was answering a political question, and he was answering it correctly. He said for years that who the vice president is doesn't really matter politically. Most Americans are voting either for Kamala Harris or for Donald Trump. They're not voting for the vice presidential nominee of either party. Look, I'm absolutely ready to be president on day one. I've been a businessman. I've been a United States Marine. I've been a senator. I can do the job, but politically, he's just right. People are voting for Donald Trump primarily.
So why are you
So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really cannot wait to have somebody like JD Vance in office with Trump, because he's willing to go out there and get to work, and he talks to people clearly. You can't. Tim Walz, he's a loser to me. Tim Walz is a loser to me. But I can't see him going out to the border, talking to reporters, answering questions clearly like this. I can't see it. Kamala, you've just been a loser all your life. A loser, a liar, a pathetic liar at that. Habitual liar. And you're a chameleon also, but I can't see you going out to the actual problems and trying to solve anything. You like to hold up big rallies with rappers that people have to pay tickets for to fund your campaign. It's not right. But guys, we really have to wake up, and we have to wake up our neighbors. We have to wake up the people around us that are not woke to the facts that's going on. Let's finish this video off, guys.
You out here today then if you don't aren't necessary to this process?
Well, I didn't say I wasn't necessary to the process. I can certainly make an argument that border czar Kamala Harris has failed the American people, but I think ultimately they're going to be voting either for Kamala Harris or for Donald Trump.
Do you have a reaction to the news that just came out about the prisoner swap that will bring 2 Americans back home potentially?
Look, I think it's great news, at least what little we know. We certainly want these Americans to come back home. It was ridiculous that they were in prison to begin with, but we have to ask ourselves, why are they coming home? And I think it's because bad guys all over the world recognize Donald Trump's about to be back in office, so they're cleaning house. That's a good thing, and I think it's a testament to Donald Trump's strength.
You've explained at length your past criticism of the former president. I'm just curious though, is there still an issue?
Do you guys, I don't want to be the person that brings the energy down, but you guys notice that this guy is asking nothing but gotcha questions. But he does it in such a chameleon way that you don't really notice. He asks real calm. He doesn't change the tone of his voice. He just asks the questions. But JD Vance is literally before your eyes wiping away all the questions. He's answering all of them and smiling. Look, he's smiling while he does it. And I know he's in Arizona. I know it's hot over there, dude. I know it's hot too. You gotta respect it. Look at the shirt he has on. Look at the smile. Look at the grin. You gotta respect it.
Where you feel like you are on a different level than him, that you feel like you are hoping to sway him on if you were to become his vice president?
Look, my job as vice president will be to help implement the governing agenda, and if, God forbid, something happens, to step into the gap. But Donald Trump's very healthy. I think he's going to be a great president. He's going to be a great president for 4 years. But my job here is to help prosecute the case, let the American people know what Kamala Harris actually is, what she's actually done, and then when we get in the White House to actually help govern, that's what I'm going to focus on doing.
So it's not an issue where you two differ at all?
Look, certainly we're going to differ on issues from time to time, but my job is to provide counsel to the president in private, and then try to help him govern and do everything we can to help him do that. Thanks.
Appreciate you, Senator.
Of course.
Guys, you already know that reporter was sick. He didn't get the answers that he wanted. He didn't get to twist them up. I know he's mad. He just waited all that time in that heat for that. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I really want to hear. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what to react to. We're out.